Redditors, how has your high school crush turned out? She's working on her PhD. She's a scientist. She studies bees. Or man, she sounds like a keeper. Had a crush for a year, then graduated and she did meth, which was an instant vibe killer. Yeah, I heard meth kinda ruins the mood. The last time this was posted, I realized I hadn't seen her on any form of social media ever, so I did some digging. I found out that she's living in a huge suburban house by herself that's owned by a descendant of an old mob boss. So my guess is that she's a mafia mistress living the high life. My hometown actually had quite a number of single women living alone in houses like this, and it was almost always some sort of arrangement like this. He died in the last Star Wars movie. Rest in peace, Akbar. We dated for a while, but it wasn't working, so we broke up. Then I set her up with a friend of mine and they got married right out of high school. While I took off to college, he got a trade job, and they had 3 kids. Couldn't be happier for them. Best wingman ever. She's a lesbian and now she banging my ex from college, and I think I'll just have another bowl of ice cream now. Murdered at his 18th birthday party. The rest no idea. She's the department manager for a clothing store franchise last I heard. Seems like she's doing well. She's got a long-term partner and she's aged very well. I'm very happy for her. She ignored me for a decade. Then we saw each other at a concert and she made out with me, apparently to make her current boyfriend jealous. I moved away. She randomly messages me another year later to say she always had a crush on me and that she wanted to see me, and then killed herself a month later. Well, that escalated quickly. Husband and we have 2 kids. She's a fairly successful environmental biologist now, married. I wish her the best. We tried dating but weren't compatible. Reading a book in the living room, aging like fine wine, going on 20 years. Not gonna lie, I thought you meant you have been stalking her for the past 20 years, and I'm like, that's dedication, my friend. Dated for a while. She cheated on me. No more crush lol. I same. Relationship went 3 years strong. Grade 11 until a year after grad. Said she needed a bit of space, and blanked her friend she made me get to know, whom I didn't trust because he was obviously thirsty as blank. I had no aspirations and was pretty unhappy with myself, and she was crazy smart with a full scholarship to university, so I felt pretty insecure. Now I'm a 3rd year computer science student working as a software engineer for a cancer treatment agency, and she dropped out of university, went to college, dropped out of college, and works at a thrift store. How times have changed. I feel bad saying this, but us breaking up probably saved me from a life of mediocrity. I hope other people who experience what I did get to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because the first few years were crazy hard on me. He became a moderately successful filmmaker and moved to a big city. I always felt some kind of nostalgia towards him, like he was the one that got away or some crap like that. Out of the blue he contacted me when he was back visiting family in our small seaside town a couple of years back. We ended up getting super high on the moonlit beach, reminiscing about school day shenanigans, and that one time we played tonsil tennis on the geography field trip in year 9. Long story short, we ended up hooking up on the beach. During the act, as we were trying to navigate the sand and my paranoia that we were about to be caught, he whispered in my ear, "Remember this moment when you're back to your humdrum existence." Never pulled my tights up so fast in my life. Needless to say, this encounter somewhat demystified the 20-year sliding doors sentiments I felt for him. Turns out he turned out to be a bit of a twat. He died in a car accident. He never knew he was my crush. He was my best friend. She's an influencer, so I see her every time I open any social media. I'm so sorry. After our son was born and we were engaged to be married, she decided to start cheating on me with her ex-boyfriend. It's been 8 years since I left her. We split our time with our son and are actually decent and civil co-parents. After a few peaceful years of her dating a guy I got along with, she left him and got back with the guy she cheated on me with. Now they live together and my son occasionally calls me by his name on accident or tells me about the things they do together at his mom's house. It destroys me a little more every single day.